town, coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot, never mind your liver, get to Ginos spot.
Ginos spot.
Get to Ginos spot.
Ginos spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle, have a Ginos shot.
Ginos shot.
Get to Ginos spot.
Ginos spot.
Get to Ginos spot.
Ginos spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle, get to Ginos spot.
Ginos spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center Stage.
I think it might be in. Yes, oh God, we got it. Oh my word!
Jock.
Yeah.
Jock is my moustache
You
for you,
know-
Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, damn it, Phil.
Oh.
Take it out. That's the phone going crazy as well.
Okay, there we
All right,
go.
now we
There
know
we
we're
go.
on.
Now we are
know we're
on.
on.
Thank you for the comments. These
Good
guys are
Lord.
amazing.
You'd think after 500 shows that you get the sound right.
Well, gives us hope.
You know what we Gary and I say? It's always Mr. Cocker is always just around the corner. With
My daughter calls it Eddie Murphy's Law. The weirdest, funniest thing will always happen. Eddie Murphy's Law, so there we had it. So anyway, lovely
Yes.
to see you and speak with you.
Fantastic. I think, well,
There we
first
go.
of all,
Retake. Who's that? A retake.
Okay, go.
action.
Okay, well, thank you for doing that because we didn't think our sponsors at all when we started out. So our sponsors, Pitcher Leads,
Hey,
Which
speaking of
leads?
which,
and yes, so there we go. We
blue,
got a little
blue,
bit
my
of,
favorite.
a bit of gin and tonic.
Little bit of gin
Frank-
and tonic.
Frank and Roland in the studio, obviously tonight,
Pitcher
as you know.
Leads.
And Fitcher Leads always have been supporting us from the beginning. So cheers to Gary, Andy, Justin, and the guys in town. Always ready to help and also supporting our live shows too, which is fantastic.
Totally blue.
All right, so we're on now, and also thank you to Grace. We've been chowing this.
Grace! We've actually got a story about
this
Grace.
food. Yes, oh,
This
tell me.
very Grace,
Tell
the
me.
very talented Grace.
Yes.
We were at the Majorzi concert and we just bumped into her. Hey, how's it going? Oh, we're sitting over there. Next thing Majorzi says, is there anyone in the audience who can play guitar? So I said, I haven't played for like 10 years, eh? Grace is like, this guy can play. So Grace, thank you very much for letting them know. I did play for the first time in 10 years on stage with Majorzi. And I've been on stage, like yourself. You're on stage all the time. You're not nervous or whatever, but
Yeah,
you
no.
go on and you do something you're not used to. I was like,
No, it's
worked
it's
out
so
well
true.
though. It was an amazing experience. Thank you, Grace, and thanks for that.
It's crazy how you say that because as a comedian or an MC, you are on stage a lot of the time, and you don't feel that nervous when you're
doing your thing.
You're doing your thing,
Yeah.
But put you in a thing that you're not quite used to, or something different, and it becomes like, whoa, okay, hang on.
And all your friends, you go out, and for once in your life, you're not actually working on stage.
Yeah.
You're just there minding your own business, and whoever's on stage, the hypnotist or the
Yes.
whoever, or the finance guru says, any volunteers? I want to ask you questions, and your friends go, he loves it, and you're going, but I was off.
No.
And then you're nervous.
I know. No, but I mean, one thing I always think about is that people are people. I did an IT conference this morning. The guys from Linkage, these Linkage guys, and various guys to do with IT, and Dell. I think Dell were there with their new PC that they're launching, their new range of PCs. Incredible stuff, man. Just like, it's actually scary, the AI that's now involved in.
Oh, we love AI. We must. We love it. We have had to learn it as old people because
Yeah, I
we're
know.
not. You'll know when you turn 40.
You're not scared of AI.
No, we love it.
Taking our jobs.
Well, let me just say this. So when you teach AI what to do, so I've learned now on some of our, if you go on our page, Great Adventure Guys pages, you'll see there's a lot of stuff there that is like interesting. We made ourselves look like we were in Craddock in 1840.
Oh, I think we've got some.
I actually sent you the
photos.
picture, of Craddock in 1840.
Got some pictures there. We'll stick someone in.
If you can see the picture of Craddock in 1840 there, it's just two down. Then one more. There we go.
Let's have a look at
Let's have a look at that.
Craddock 1840.
So I am sitting with an AI-driven program going, take these two photographs, make us look like we're visiting Craddock in 1840 or whatever, and it puts an old lady named Gertrude in a photo with the two of us doing this. So I'm like, what is wrong with you? How can you do this? And the AI says to me, you are right to be frustrated. I should do better. So when Skynet goes active and the first missile hits Summerstrand, you must know it's my house. Because I've been so rude to it. But you can teach the AI what to do and it learns, but sometimes it doesn't.
No, you've got to be nice to it because it's eventually going to take over the world, and then you'll be the first guy to be.
Look, I'm just biding my time and like taking all the benefits right now. And hopefully AI gets to the place where it says, okay, we all have issues, Roland, I get it now, you know.
Yeah. Don't you? I mean, what's the solution? I mean, I don't know. Frank looks like Frank is a thinker.
Can I tell you the story of Frank?
Yes, tell me the story.
So we're cousins. We didn't see each other for like 20 years. We reconnect. We grew up
Cousins.
Like this is literally. I mean, I love Barry Hilton. He's one of my absolute
My
heroes.
cousin.
But this is actually my cousin.
Okay,
Like literally by blood.
Wow.
So we were those little boys on Stranger Things. You know, they ride the bikes and go camping and
Classic.
whatever in the 80s. We were those little boys. Inseparable.
BMX.
Next year, chopper.
Mongoose.
That's more his thing.
Mongoose. What did you have? Mongoose.
I had a Spitfire.
A Spitfire. Yeah. Was it the silver? Was it like the chromey one?
No, it was like yellow with red.
Oh, really? Yellow and red.
Yeah.
So those are winners.
It's like an off-brand mongoose.
Okay.
Yeah. Proper. I think I was riding his sister's bike.
All right.
But we were.
Chopper as well.
Such as it was, eh?
Actually, it was a BMX.
Well,
It was a BMX. Yeah, his sister's pretty cool. It was a BMX. So I'm not gonna lie. Just cooler than me. Still probably is. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, with those guys. I mean, I think what our parents let us do, the mind shudders. We went camping out, at 11 years of age and whatever. It was another world. Just the two of us. Just on the mind.
Randomly in the felt.
In the felt.
70s parents, eh? They used to leave us on the verge in the car, sleeping in the car, and they party inside. Drive home probably after a dog.
No seatbelts. They're like, oh, look at the law, it's changing. You got to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah,
What's the government coming to?
They're trying to dictate anything.
So, but now he said that we were those guys.
Yeah.
Off he goes to work on the ships. Okay, he was I mean, you can tell your own story.
What was it?
Okay, but I'm saying,
No. What did you do?
I was a photographer.
Oh, photographer.
So
AV.
let me tell you the story of Frank. He's the most humble guy you'll ever meet. He's like, well, I was a photographer or whatever. But when film became digital, and they needed to learn how to digitize it, put it on the computer, then, of course, you needed the computer.
Yeah.
Then you needed one ship to do what another ship could do. And they would, who can we... And he ended up doing a whole lot of work other than snapping the photos in this digital transition.
Okay.
So he's an extremely deeply informed guy on all of these things. However, he goes off and does this wonderful life, this exotic life.
Yes.
I come, I stay in South Africa, do my thing, whatever. He goes off and does that. He did some medical work at one stage. I mean, like in hospitals and stuff.
Nursing.
Okay.
Qualified. Yeah.
Excellent.
Saving lives.
Well, just looking after.
Putting in catheters.
Somebody else saved them already.
The glamour work.
Doing colonic evacuations.
Exactly, right?
Oh, lovely.
Then, I mean, he rewired like buildings. He did a police station in Houston.
Networking IT.
Oh, in Houston as well.
Yeah.
See, that's like
A small police station.
It's only a small police station in Houston, and I wired
Texas.
Yeah.
So that's about down south then as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because I would never know quite where anything is.
My geography for America is terrible. That's why he's the future of this whole exercise.
I don't know where they speak withdrawals and stuff.
I'll get withdrawals. Yeah.
They speak withdrawals.
But now he does all of that stuff.
Okay.
So half a dozen different careers.
Yeah.
Okay. Ends up coming back after 20 years. I've also done half a dozen different careers like comedy and directing and acting and radio and all these things.
Yeah.
So the two of us come together and we reconnect. Back in those days, back in those days.
Where were you those days? Where were you both born and bred?
Oh,
Springs.
the Far
You were
East.
Springs.
The Far East.
You're a
The Far
Springs.
East Rand's Suspension City. Springs.
Springs, my bro. What's the Springs?
Springs, eh?
Yeah.
Springs boykies.
Within kilometers of each other.
They say, you're from Springs if you mow your lawn and then you find a cortina.
How did you know?
We was at the Sierra.
Well, I mean,
Either one.
Yeah. Well, it was actually an Escort, a Ford Escort.
Yeah, XR3.
Auto, but yeah.
XR3. I was like,
Yeah,
with the louvers.
That's it. So some of the neighborhood where we grew up, there was like some people had like wagon wheels, those precast wagon wheels. Others had hubcaps,
Okay.
But they were authentic, original.
Absolutely.
Where's the
So-
Springs people? Where you?
And
Yeah.
now you both end up in PE. I mean, Frank, how did you get to PE, or did you?
Well, I came back here to relocated.
Okay.
And my sister and brother-in-law live in the Crags. So
Okay. Oh, the Crags.
Shout out
Oh,
to the Crags.
Crags.
Oh, Frank's family are in the Crags.
Right.
Say hello to Davina. Davina's in the Crags.
Hello, Davina. The
Yes,
people's horses.
yes.
We've got Jack Russells. They got
Wow. Okay, so I mean, you could always go and retire with your family.
Yeah, so that was kind of the idea I thought I had until I met. We reconnected and then.
Till they told you to piss off.
No.
You can't stay with us. Yeah, good.
Family. I mean, I see, familia.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
Oh, classic. So you reconnected with Roland then, and I mean that job must have been quite hectic because were you on ships the whole time?
No.
On the sea.
Well, I did that for like 3.5 years.
Okay.
Back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So.
And then moved on to other stuff.
Yeah. So then I met a girl. Got married.
Oh, medical.
Yeah.
Got married.
Oh,
Okay.
The romance. No, Frank. No,
Okay.
The man's got game. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, he's got that thing.
All
You know, that X factor.
Yes.
I still don't know what it is.
But his was international level.
And then you deciding that you hook up with this crazy, batshit crazy guy,
Dude.
and decide you're gonna hit the flipping road and do. At 51, you being irresponsible.
So
We thought it was irresponsible not to.
you see now. No, but here's the thing. We did an interview with a travel journalist recently, and he asked Frank the question, and he said, "How many people said to you, 'What are you thinking? Don't do this'?" What was your answer?
Not enough.
Not enough.
People were
Don't
like,
do
"This
enough.
is awesome. Yeah, this is perfect for you guys." But here's the thing, though.
Yes.
So you've gotten so much. I mean, you've got some skills because we got together. We talked about this thing. We'll tell you that story in a minute. But
Okay.
we decide we're going to do this, and he says to me, "I'll go to war with you.
Okay.
You know, goodwill hunting. I will lie down
Yes.
in traffic for you.
Oh, well.
But the one thing I will not do, even for you, is speak on camera."
Too late, Frank. Too late. You're in. Oh my God! So you go around filming yourselves constantly.
We've got a technical. This.
Ah,
Come on, no.
Push it over to that
could
side.
be me that's a bit soft.
You can actually
So
move it.
Frank experiences this situation all the time. We have these cool.
Oh, it's just that Frank doesn't speak very loudly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So we got these really cool mics that are Bluetooth to the camera and everything. And I put mine on and Frank puts his on. And when he speaks, we record him and it's cool. But I'm
Fine.
going like stage. Hello, my fellows.
In fact, what are we doing here? We can actually put this on Frank. Then when he talks, we can hear him properly. Here we go.
No, I have to talk.
Yeah, we have to. There
No,
we
you
go.
have
Look
to.
at that now.
I told him he didn't have to.
And this
I
is
lied.
going to be our mic over here. This one over here. Right? We've got more than enough. Right?
Yeah.
We got
So
some
you guys, can you
pipes.
hear us
We got
now?
some
And
pipes
Frank.
on us. Hope you can hear us over there.
Give him a test 1, 2, Frank.
1, 2, Frank.
Test 1, 2, Frank.
Yeah, you see now.
Excellent.
Yeah, so he said, "I won't talk on camera," and I said, "No problem." Turns out he loves all the technical aspects and the
Yeah.
cameras and the equipment. He's got gas at the moment. Do you know gas?
Oh, I was going to say,
Who's
I
by
never
you?
smell anything, but
No.
Okay.
GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. Have you had it?
I have had that. I've got 5 drum kits.
You see.
You see.
But
That's
now
it.
the two of you have something in common.
Yeah.
When the show is over, so we do this incredible shoot, we do this high energy stuff, we plan, we jump off things, we do whatever, and then I go, "Oh, brilliant!" And then Frank starts working because you must never be the drummer in a band.
Oh, man.
You know, you're packing
Editing.
up. No, packing up
Oh,
the
packing
drums.
up.
Like I'm the Monflake guy.
Yeah. And then you're chatting to all the guys.
Yeah. Hey, what's
You're
Gino doing?
Doing the marketing.
What's Gino doing? Oh, some
Oh
ball.
no, I get it. No. Symbols, yeah. No, look, I'm used to it. I've got to come clean and say that I'm the guy that chats to all the guys after the show, and Alan or Gary or the tech team or.
Let's send a shout out to the guys packing the
Absolutely,
drums.
you know.
Yes. Frank feels your pain, guys.
They eventually,
Frank
like,
feels your pain.
They eventually come to me like, Gino, we really want to go. We're getting cold. We're getting cold now.
That's what he says.
Yeah, we need to go.
No, you might not be able to see it in our attire,
Right.
but one of us doesn't really feel the cold
Feel
as
the
much as
cold.
the other.
Oh,
Oh man! But anyway, yeah. So this is the story of how this thing started.
Yeah.
Is a very strange thing.
Yeah.
His birthday is on the 8th of March. My birthday is on the 10th of January. We were born in the same year. And we celebrated my birthday. He took me to St. Francis.
Nice.
So we got a little place there. We had the weekend. We watched UFC all night. No. What do you mean? Cruise up? No, watching UFC. Punch him. It was like a guy's weekend.
Made fires.
Stood next to, anyway, then it's my turn now because he's in March. So I decide, and we both were feeling a little bit like out of sorts, tired, whatever. He's just come back from 20 years over there. He's reconnected. He's done it, but you're feeling like, oh man, something just isn't like there's something nagging at you, kind of vibe, that sort of thing. And then I take him to Vleesbaai. Have you heard of Vleesbaai?
Ek het al gehoor, maar waar is dit?
Vleesbaai ver, aan die kant amper by tussen Groot Brak en Klein Brak.
As ek nie hoor,
Dis nie Brak
nie by Weskus nie.
Is amper
Suiderlike.
Ja, jy verby George. Ja,
Verby
George
George,
is jou naam vergeet en dan is jy by
Okay,
Vleesbaai.
dis Mosselbaai.
Ja,
net tussen.
Ja, by Mosselbaai gewees. Vleisbaai.
Ja.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can
Nee,
just-
lekker.
yeah. So we were sitting there, and the reason I took him there is because there's not much of anything. It's basically like a gated community called a town, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
It's like you can get in on the boom, and that's why we went there.
Okay.
Because he loves astronomy. And I thought to myself, we can sit under an
Sutherland
endless
is-
sky.
Isn't Sutherland the place for astronomy, isn't it?
How cold does he get, bro?
Alright.
And also, it was his birthday, it was my budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The petrol went to Vleesbaai, okay? So we're sitting there in our little pandoki on the hill there, having a fire there, and we're sitting there going, what is it that, there's a certain age, I call it decade sickness. If you're 29, 39, 49, you start thinking, what's my life come to?
Yeah.
But now we've just both turned 51, and we're going, and then you start talking about what you haven't done and what you don't have, and we start listing all the things we don't have. We haven't got this and we haven't got that. We've got none of this and none of that and no responsibilities and no. And he goes, well, hang on, just go back to that previous one. And we said, actually, my daughter's in the States. She's in her 30s. You know what I mean? He doesn't have kids. There's no houses and cars and bonds and all sorts, that kind of stuff that you should have accumulated. This is part of us. We have missed it completely. And then we're going, hang on a second. We also don't have to maintain any of those things.
Yeah.
So we could go anywhere.
Yeah.
When? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well, I've got a couple of things to tie up my end. What have you got done? I said, well, it wouldn't mean giving up my job, And he goes, okay, well, if you had to do something for the rest of your life that involves your creativity and whatever, would you want to do that? I'm like, yeah. He says, where? I'm like, well, everywhere. He said, how about we go there?
Yeah.
Everywhere. So I was actually chatting to
I like the cut of your jib. It does sound
I
good.
was actually chatting to Lee from I'll Go for Breakfast.
Yes,
Lee Douglas.
yes,
So
Lee Douglas.
I'm chatting to her the one day and I'm saying, Frank, and he said this to me, and then he said this to me, and one of the other things he said really meant a lot to me, and she said, but for a guy who doesn't talk a lot, Frank sure says a lot.
Yeah, that's
So in our reconnection, there was a lot of this, and we decided, you know what, if we had to change our lives and go and do this thing, we would want to do that. And one of the things we'd want to do is we'd want to go interesting places. Oh, the thing that really changed my life. Guys. So we're sitting there. This guy says to me one day, he says, it was one day, it was like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
One day,
One
in the
day,
early days of our
back in the day.
reconnection.
olden days.
Back in the olden days,
Says to me,
in the 2024 period, he says to me right in December somewhere, he says, after coming back after 20 years, I met some friends over the years coming back to visit, and you meet someone, and then you meet them 7 years later, and then you meet them 8 years later, and you're chatting around the braai, and they're telling the same stories. And he said, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to change the world. You just have to
Some new
make
stories.
new stories. And in that moment, my whole life changed because I realized I've wanted to try and change the world with creativity and inspiration and all these things. But you don't have to. You just have to make new stories.
Make new stories. You're so right.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, I get stuck in the old stories as well. Everybody loves it.
Yeah,
you know.
we do.
It's nostalgia, but at the same time,
you can make nostalgia right now. You know,
You don't have to let go of the old stories.
Yeah.
Just got to make new ones.
exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
so don't get stuck in it.
Yeah.
You know, facilitate that.
Oh, you can.
But having said that, so the thing was, imagine we did change the world by making new stories and sharing this. And what if what we were doing actually inspired someone else
Yeah.
to make a new story? So someone else is 51 and they're sitting, I don't know where they went for their holiday. Maybe they did go all the way to
Maybe
Sutherland.
they're 54.
But, you know,
turning 55 this year.
wearing
They could
colours.
They could be as young as that.
They could,
Oh.
and they could have 6 extra drum kits that are sitting around, just lying there gathering dust, and they're thinking, who has put together 7 drum kits and made a video? I don't know. And maybe they go, I'm going to hang them from the ceiling, and I'm going to do a video playing 12 kits at once because you're going to borrow from Ronnie and the guys as well.
Exactly.
So, you know, make
No,
new stories.
But you're right.
Be
influencing
inspired.
People, inspiring people. In fact, talking about other people, let's see who's online here at the moment. Let's check if anyone is saying hello. Donovan Deneck, how's it, Donovan?
Yay!
Yes, now, Donovan is I think, is Donovan the crazy Jaguar guy? I think
You know, I mean, I'm not qualified to call him crazy.
Yeah,
But
okay.
he's a lovely fellow. Yeah,
He's got a Jaguar. He's got the Jag and he
that's, yeah.
polishes all day long.
Is that crazy though?
Is that-
Or is that just really committed? You know?
Committed.
Wow, I
And
mean,
his son-
committed.
I know his son is a great drummer. I know that.
Denzel.
Denzel Naidu. Denzel, how's it? Nice to see you, Denzel. That's Denzel from Spa.
And did I tell you? Look above there.
Yes.
Natalie.
Natalie
Frank.
Barnard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see, she gets it.
I see
Frank
Natalie.
Factor.
There's Justin Cook.
Yeah, Justine.
Oh, Justine. That's Justine. Just
Yeah.
because I know there's a Justin Cook. And there's the 2 Cook brothers, if that run like the wind. I don't know if she's related. but-
She's related to me.
Is she related to you?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh,
So-
nice to
So
have
it's
Frank's family.
Fairlangs familie, yeah.
That must be your family too.
Fairlangs.
Or is she?
Well, no, actually, yeah, there's a blood relation. It's like, you know, when you're 125th American Indian,
Yes,
you know.
Angenaide familie. That's what they say.
Why'd you have to go there?
Why?
Hillary
Why do we have to
Mason.
go there? Why?
Hillary's saying hello there, and looks like
Hey.
Hillary looks like
Hi,
she's
Hillary.
on a boat as well. There.
Listen, if I'm remembering correctly, Hillary actually she sent us a message to say that she is going on an adventure.
Oh.
She's like we're going, yeah, and we'll tell you the big news in a while. But she's going on like a
Tell-
big adventure.
Tell us where you're going, Hillary. We'd like to know as well.
Yeah, if I'm remembering right, she's the one. Maybe I'm mistaken, but that photo, I think she
Yes.
looks like she's ready for
ready to go. out.
river adventures. Yeah.
Marco Meyer, how's it, man?
Hey.
Peace, Puffy Love. What's
Yeah.
Puffy Love?
No, it's Puffy. But he's a great friend of mine, and
Oh,
you've heard him many times. He
I know.
sends a lot of voice notes and things in on the air, and always
Okay.
got great advice, and he always ends with peace,
Marco.
Puffy, love. That is it.
Marco, my brother, his name is Marco.
Marco.
My brother, his name also Marco.
Yeah.
Very
you
good
see.
name.
Yes.
Very good.
Marco Meyer.
Here we go. Lekker put says Frans Gerber.
Hey! Oh, gotta tell you about this guy.
Oh,
He's
really?
the guy you'll see every now and then. You see on Facebook, you see these videos of a guy like stand up paddleboarding with the dolphins.
Oh,
That's that guy.
lekker Frans. Yes, sir, lucky bugger.
That guy.
See, also adventure dudes.
You see?
Here's another adventure dude. Here is Michael Arthur. Oh,
Hey! Now there's
The
a great
Fly.
thing. Yeah, fly,
the
Mike
fly,
the fly.
fellow comedian.
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
in Durban, I think.
So Mike has a very famous cricketer friend,
Yeah.
whose name I shall not mention because he
Yeah.
asked me not to.
Okay.
So I walked up to him recently and I said, we're doing this great adventure. We're going to do crazy stuff. How about at St. George's, you kit up and everything, and we bowl like watermelons and stuff at you. And he's like, Roland, this sounds absolutely wonderful for a guy who really doesn't want a cricket career anymore. So I said to him, that's even better. When you're on tour and there's some guy who upsets you, tell him, I've got these 2 guys. I want to
Yeah.
And that was when he didn't really. He was like when I walked up to him and I'm like, "Hey, how's it?" He was like, "Oh no, hi." And I said, "No, I'm Fly's friend." He's like, "Oh hey." So yeah, it's a bit of name dropping always helps.
Thanks, Mickey.
Mike, yeah.
He says, I hope that PE is as cold as the. No, damn you! Damn you! And you're cold. It's bloody
Listen,
freezing here.
we're not going to complain though. Durbs does get their share of the
Yes.
opposite.
Hot weather.
Yeah.
I can't even breathe in Durban.
Speaking of which, Houston. He's telling me it's like
Houston,
Durban on
really?
steroids.
Frank, is it a
Very humid, very hot.
Really? Oh my soul! And I was, and how long did you stay in Houston?
11 years.
11 years. So why haven't you got some sort of accent coming back here?
He saves it for special occasions.
Depends who I'm talking to.
Okay.
When we arrive somewhere and we can't find accommodation or whatever, and we're like, oh man, they've got only one room left and there's 3 people in the queue. That's when you get, I'm from Houston, here's my passport, you know.
Here's my passport.
I mean, he doesn't really do it, but I try and encourage him, you know.
These people here with me taking our jobs.
We will make your hotel great again.
We're going to get us to come fetch you. Come and get you.
That's the thing, though. We are heading for the States at the end of the year.
Oh,
And this is where he's going to be like, you know,
you're gonna get that accent back again.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Then you're gonna be talking big time.
yeah, I always have to fetch the aluminium, you know.
I can't guarantee anything, but maybe.
All right. No, I tell you what. I met a pastor this last weekend, and he had an American accent. Okay, but then he speaks Afrikaans, and he's like, "Oh my God." He was like, he praat sommer vlot Afrikaans. And then all of a sudden he's got this, how you doing? You know, it's great to see you guys. And my praat, it's kind of like Charlie's Theron.
So we visited my daughter in, she was in Maine at the time. She travels 6-month contract in Maine off the East Coast, the top right near Canada there.
Yeah.
And we go into this big shop and this tall guy comes in, you know, tall, dark, handsome. And he goes, yeah, nice to see you guys, your family of carers. Yeah, well, whatever. You know, and I'm going, oh, yeah, no, chorus, yeah. And he goes, oh, well, it's, I hope you enjoy your time. So he walks away and she goes, that's Vander. He's from Bloemfontein. So he like really adopted.
You know,
Some people do.
Maybe the Afrikaans guys can pick that accent.
I think, yeah, it definitely has something to do with the Afrikaans kind of. It lends itself towards that.
It does.
Yeah.
Because you know, I noticed when Afrikaans people want to learn to speak English really well, they sometimes over accentuate the R's.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's like too far. You're going too far. Hang on.
Yes.
Come back again, and then you've got her R's.
Yeah, there's something there.
There's a connection.
I always thought it had to do with American television.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
I remember that stuff.
So Cara was growing up. She would go to Afrikaans school. She'd come home and she'd watch the Jonas Brothers, you know, or Wizards of Waverly Place, and so it's like maybe that from hearing you do it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, the accents are an whole nother story. But this guy was. I can't remember his name now. He's the past year in town, and it was amazing to hear him speak vlot Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Right? Suiwer.
Yeah.
En dan praat hy Engels en hy's Amerikaner. You know, remember you would love those old cowboy movies where they had their where it was dubbed.
Yes.
And then they'd have normal talking like,
yes.
kry hom naby, kry die geweer and then the one guy with a big hat on and the cigar in his mouth like, hoe gaan het met jou? You know, that guy had the American accent.
Oh, what was the guy Grizzly Adams, man, with his Yoppie Adam. But he was easy to dub, I'm sure.
Jacques Arends says from the States, from the Free States.
Yeah, it's true. But remember they had a big beard. I think it was easier to dub him because, you know, Yoppie Adam's beard just moves and you can have any voice artist doing it. You don't have to like lip sync match, nothing, you know.
Oh my, it's dropped to 23 there in Durban. You must be so cold.
Fetch a trench coat.
Mickey, I know you've had a bit of a health scare as well, Mickey, so kudos to you. Tom Swartz.
Now that is a legend.
No, he knows how to survive.
Even the Philippines.
You know, was it the Philippines? Tom's one, I can't remember.
But now Tom, here's the thing though. He says, gonna be epic. And you know why? Because we've been talking. And there's some plans afoot. We are... He's
the right guy to have.
Well, so part of what we're doing is we decided, it's in one of our videos, you can check it out on YouTube. Great Adventure Guys. Go and check out the videos. One of them is, if you could be anything, what should you be?
Epic.
Be epic.
I see there was actually a picture. There was a picture of Be Epic there.
Yeah.
We can pick it up. pick it up there from the.
There it is. There it is. The red
I'm
one.
having
That's
some gin.
the one.
I've got this. I got this from the.
See,
There
there
we
we
go.
go.
Let's be epic.
So he's going to watch that video and you'll see some of the plans we've got. Because instead of just doing something, you do it properly.
Yeah.
So, for example, Tom, we're not just going to say, let's do something interesting.
Yeah.
We've come up with some things.
Something to do.
And I think he's like the quintessential South African survivor winner. In my mind,
Yeah.
probably best
No,
exponent of South African survivor winners. Now, you can't say to him, "Oh, Tom, let's just have you on." No, you got to challenge him and see if you can match. I doubt we can, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try.
Tom, I know you're a strong bastard. You and he's also a doer.
Yeah,
He loves to
that's
get out
true.
and do stuff. Like he's not scared. There's no fear there.
No. That's part of what makes me afraid. But having said that, I will try.
I think he might be scared of Nikki because Nikki, his wife, Nikki can.
Everyone's scared of Nikki.
Listen. She actually helped us. We did one of our videos. We needed a kitchen at short notice.
Yeah.
We're like, Nikki, are you at home? She said, yes. So we're coming over. We got there. She said, what are you doing? We said, we're filming in your kitchen. She's like, who was going to tell me about this? But she actually did let us do it eventually. And her kitchen looks amazing on camera. It's almost a better actor than I am.
Oh, yeah.
The kitchen just comes through strong, you know.
No, she's a great lady.
They love
we we had her on the show a little while ago now, but one of my best shows. Really
No. Well, the thing with her, I call her my guru.
Yeah.
And can I tell you why? She has incredible wisdom and insight and all those things. But one thing she can see is when you tell her stories about your life or what you're thinking or feeling, she sees straight through it and goes, okay, what's really going on? What about this?
Yeah, what about that? How about that?
So she calls me whenever I'm telling myself. So it's another thing we've realized recently. A lot of the things we don't do in life is because of the stories we're telling ourselves. I'm too old to do this, or I'm too whatever. And that's actually not necessarily the universal truth of all existence. You're telling yourself, I can't do this because, that sort of thing. So, she's the kind of one who'll say, what are you telling yourself? Yeah. And I'll be like, so insightful so soon. I've only been here 5 minutes. You're calling me already, But he does that a lot as well. So.
But I mean, it sounds like Frank's that guy. You both have sort of got a section in your life where you feel like you're going to make some memories. You're going to make some stuff happen, and it's so right. We were talking about it earlier that now is the right time to do it. Doesn't matter. You can convince yourself not to.
Absolutely. All the time.
So we actually had an interesting conversation, and this is it's pretty morbid when you think about it. But you are sitting in Fleers Bay in utter darkness with a fire, and you're going, but what if you've only got 10 years left in you? Yeah. 5 years. We've all had friends who've passed. I've had some great friends who've passed younger than they should have and whatever. Yeah. And actually recently I had an interesting experience. A friend of mine passed and someone contacted me and said, how are you feeling about his passing? And I said, I've got the strangest feeling. He lived so fully. Yeah. So extremely fully. This thing that we're just discovering at 51, he discovered 10 years earlier. And for 10 years, he was trying to shake me and say, come on, you can live fully. He's the kind of guy who would get on a plane on a Thursday so that he could be at a concert in Albania on a Saturday night or something after a 72-hour flight.
Doing stuff.
And he just did it. He made new memories. And he was living in this space all the time. And so when he passed, I said to Frank, I'm really sad for us that I'm going to miss him. I'm sad for us. But I have a level of peace about him having lived, having done this stuff. So we had that morbid conversation. None of us like, imagine you only got 5 years left or 10 years left or 50, whatever it is. And then he was like, well, then we can't wait a day longer. Yeah. We better start. And the whole thing is, you've got a story right now. You've got a dream. You've got something. Your adventure is in you right now. And you're either doing it, because there's a whole lot of your adventure that you are actually doing. Yeah. A lot of people look at you and go, I look at him and go like, the energy, but you are living so many of your adventures. I mean, I think your son, Chelsea, I had the privilege of interviewing him, and it's like you've got this thing in you, this creativity, this whatever, and you step out and you do it. It's but or you can tell yourself stories like, okay, I should be responsible, and I shouldn't do this before I'm 30, or I shouldn't do this after I'm 40, or I should, these stories, or something, your book that you want to write, or there's something that you want to do, and you tell yourself a story about, I don't know why, but it's an adventure, it's a risk, it's a something. So we've decided that actually the biggest risk, it's an old trope, but the biggest risk is waiting so long before you just just make a new story. You don't even have to, our first video is called We Quit Everything. No house, no car, no job, no problem. And then the second video is we tell an old lady called Gertrude, send us a message saying, are you boys going to be all right? So then we showed all our planning about how we're going to do it, Yes. And then we also, we were in the Titicaca.
Yeah.
And we made a little video saying, we're freezing our canoodles off. And we got a video from this lady, she called herself Miss Minx. She's actually a performer, MP. She does performance art, aerial arts and dancing and that sort of thing. So I've come across her before, I've seen her. But so she sends a message and she says, boys, I'm so worried about you with our canoodle warmers. Have you tried a warm sokkie? So I said, I don't even know how that works, but thank you. Because where we went next? Craddock. From the Titicaca to Craddock. And it can get cold there in the Karoo.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was a little, he suffered. I was feeling it, so he was I almost put on 2 pairs of shorts. You know what I mean?
But you'd have to just fill us in on some of the stories. Give us a synopsis of some of the stories that you've done so far, and so that people can also tell people where to go to have a look.
Okay, so this is the main thing. It's called. We started calling it the Great Adventure. Yeah, there it is.
That's it.
Beautiful. The merch check. This body is a billboard. Potential sponsors out there, look at the square meterage. You understand? You're not going to get the same value here. You know what I mean? You get the value in height.
Yeah.
You understand?
I know,
but if you're looking for a low center of gravity, lots of square meterage,
Good for branding.
But no, jokes aside, we started this thing as the Great Adventure, and people have sort of started messaging us going, Great Adventure guys. So we're like, we're the Great Adventure guys. Yeah. And the idea is we're going to go places. Do you remember that old show called Going Nowhere Slowly?
Yes.
I think it was Kurt and the guys.
Kurt.
Remember? And Malcolm and Squirrel
and Stuart Taylor.
Yes, and Stuart,
Taylor,
And that was just iconic. Yeah. Iconic. There's we've met very few people who don't remember those shows. Yeah. And what they did. And they went to places that you might know of, but you don't really know, and they show you things that are there that you didn't know were there. Yeah. So we thought, imagine we could do that, but just more intense. And that's, what's your favorite show? Mythbusters.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Love it. And then we said, what if we took Going Nowhere Slowly with a bit of a tourism, let's find interesting things, but when you get there, don't top billing it. Love top billing, absolutely, but so we heard about a place with a natural amphitheater. So we thought, instead of going top billing, and here we have a natural amphitheater. You can travel many miles and you can stop here and look at it.
Yes.
Potentially you could speak and it may echo. So why would we go all the way there and do that?
Sure.
You know what you do? Cut to a shot of me dressed as Russell Crowe going, are you not entertained? Bring forth your greatest warrior. Guess who signed up? Garth Collins. It's there among the pictures.
Really?
There it is.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There it is. He has signed up. I'm going to fight him in a natural amphitheater. That's from the David and Goliath movie. He played Goliath. He is huge.
Are you going to go?
We're going to do a gladiator battle. No, gladiators like that.
Well, it's kind of WWE.
Well, I mean, it's like 2000 BCE vibes. Yeah. So, and he's agreed. Yeah, he's agreed to do it. So I'm gonna obviously, you don't really want to use real swords, but we are actually going to choreograph it and so on. So we thought, instead of just going there and finding a natural amphitheater, let's have an adventure. Let's tell a story. Let's get him done. And
have some fun.
Yeah. And we signed on, and then I don't know if you got the mermaid one. They're there,
Yes, it's the mermaid. Tell us about the mermaid.
This picture that you see there, that picture over there, that one. 41 million views on TikTok. Everyone is debating, is it real, isn't it, whatever.
It's a TikTok thing, I think.
41 million views. We found her. That was filmed in South Africa, and we are going to catch her in the ocean. We know where to go. We're going to find her. So don't just go there. Did you know there's a mermaid's pool in East London? Did you know that?
No, I know that there's a mermaid's pool in Kenton. I know that.
Kenton?
Kenton? Yes,
Yeah.
it was Kenton.
Kenton
And
is
also
that,
in but the East London one, I presume is.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I was like 3 weeks ago, years old, when I discovered
Okay.
there was a mermaid's pool in
Mermaid's
East
pool in East
London.
London.
And how long have I been in Eastern Cape?
Come on, the
these
slummies
places-
guys will tell us. They
Yeah.
know where it is.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
us where it is.
No, it's amazing apparently. So you've got the mermaid's pool, and then State Level. Years ago, I heard about the Baal Gauzy, the shape-shifting monster of State Level.
Oh.
And we've tracked down actual news reports with the police officer who took the reports. So yeah, State Level.
I said, was there a guy? That was the reporter. Shapeshifter.
That's it, the Baal Gauzy. So we're going to go and just check out where this all happened. And at the same time, in State Level, not only have you got Valley of the Flags, probably the only place you can see all the South African flags with no political acrimony. It's just history.
Okay.
There they are on the mountain, the progression of all the flags,
Wow.
and you can experience it just as history. You know what I mean? And
State Level's also got the theatre as well.
yes, yeah, you
The
see.
two guys at the theatre there. Fantastic show. I can't remember the name.
We're a little scared of going there because they will
Oh.
steal any show.
Yes, they
Any
will.
show. Amazing. But now, so you've got that. And also, Frank is a fan of rock.
Okay,
He
alright.
absolutely loves geology.
Oh.
Well, both types of rock.
But
Okay.
actually, that's true. No, that is true.
But it's very interesting, Frank, because I mean, I would love to sit with you and check it out, and you so that you can explain stuff to me, because I remember it from geography, and I'm remembering the basalt and the thing, and then you see a stone sticking out of the, and they say, well, weathering did that, took away all this topsoil, and it's this beautiful rock now.
Well, what I really want to do is just find a fossil before I become one.
All right.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
did you know New Bethesda,
Yeah.
where the Owl House,
Yes,
all know
yes,
Owl
yes,
House,
yes,
Helen
yes.
Martens,
Yeah, absolutely.
no relation.
Okay.
I think, I don't know,
That we know of.
that we know
Okay,
of.
we don't know.
But in New Bethesda, they do, there's a fossil trail that you can walk,
Mm.
because there's the whole splitting of the ancient continent of Gondwana and
Yes.
everything. So there was a whole lot of water across the whole Karoo at some point.
Yes, it was a sea, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of sedimentation, blah, 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 that's
Yeah.
caused a lot of these fossils, which he's
Yeah.
really keen to find. So we are going
Okay.
to New Bethesda. This is also all planned and everything. And we're going to answer the question that you cannot find an answer to anywhere on the internet, not Wikipedia, not Google, nowhere can you find the answer to this question. Can you hunt fossils in New Bethesda wearing a bikini? We will answer that once and
Well,
for all.
certainly Roland is going to answer that for us.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah,
And
excellent.
I want you to know it's not what you think. You never know what could pop up on our channel. You never know.
Like, what's he going to pick up the fossils with?
No.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well, who? Aha. You never know. You never know. So the whole thing is we're going to go places that you might have known and find things that you may never have known about.
Okay.
And we're going to do epic things in otherwise unknown places, not unknown, unexplored places. Places that people have, you drive through. Because we were driving to Craddock in pre-production, we drove there, and I said, the road is so beautiful, but as you get through the pass, the Olifantscourt Pass, and you go down those long
Yeah.
plains of Kamdaboo,
Yes.
You know?
Beautiful, eh?
they
Oh,
are so beautiful.
Beautiful.
But if you've got no reason to be there,
Yeah.
they can be long.
Long.
Have you done those years up and down to
Kangaroo,
Joburg?
I've done it. I've done those ones.
I've done those things. I used to do 4,000 kilometers a week at one
Yeah.
stage, up and down. If you've got no specific reason to be there,
Yeah, it's
you
good
can
kangaroo.
very easily just not turn off anywhere.
Yeah. I actually, I've got there was a story with our band when we were touring with the band where I had to actually just get out in the night to wake myself up, and I was doing jumping jacks in front of the van. When the others woke up in the van and saw this happening, I was like,
They said, we're not even in Uniondale. It's sport.
They've never- yeah, it's sport. they've never forgotten it as long as we live.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
yeah.
But those roads that just carry on going straight.
Yeah. So the idea is we all drive past them.
Yeah.
And we, even down the garden route, we're going to be doing a bit of stuff down the garden route side. And you drive past all those beautiful trees in the Tsitsikamma, and you get through there, and you could just turn left or right. You will be shocked at what you find. there are so many treasures right across this area. And so we want to go and explore those places, but also then just be epic about it. Do something epic, you know.
Yeah.
So follow the journey with us. The whole idea is
Yeah.
you get to see things you might never have seen. Yeah, let's be epic. Yeah.
That's it.
I've got some guys from Cape Town.
Oh, yeah.
They are quoting me at the moment because what is the most epic thing you can do on a set of an action movie? Get set on fire, of course.
Oh.
So I want to get set alight, like you know that full body burn thing.
Yeah.
But you
Want
will be...
is a strong word.
Sorry?
Want is a strong word.
Okay, I'm keen to try it. But now, one of the things about this journey, even in pre-production, the things we've learned, it's so incredible. Did you know that every time you burn someone for a movie, you need 4 qualified guys around them? 4! Because lighting the guy is not the issue. Even, you know,
putting him out.
Giving...
think
and
that's-
timelessly in the right way without compressing the gel and stuff inside the clothes.
Oh, good
There's a
lord.
whole lot of stuff that
There's
goes
gel
into it.
that you
And
said
you have to be trained.
Oh, I mean, who wouldn't want a whole lot of gel that's flammable gel
all over
yourself?
there. But having said that, in the process of just researching this and getting it together,
Yes.
we're learning these things. I didn't know it
Yeah.
takes 4 guys. I didn't
Yeah.
know that, you know, so I'm learning. Dude, there's even a video, there's a shorts, you know, on YouTube you go,
Yeah.
you can click on shorts. There's a video there, crags.
Yeah.
One night I came into my room there's a scorpion.
Oh, geez. Like,
And he's like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like,
it's just
cool. Well, they go, no, check this. And they took the torch, what's it,
Black light.
black light UV
Yeah.
torch.
Yes.
Did you know that every scorpion, if you put it under UV, it glows. Glows bright yellow.
Fluoresces, yeah.
So any scorpion does that. Is that just is that their blood or what?
I have no idea.
It's actually, I looked it up. It's in the shells, the actual,
Oh, okay.
the crust.
The crust.
The
crustation.
crust of the station. And so, there's a substance in there. And then we're talking to our friend Nick in Oyster Bay, legend guy.
Okay.
Nick in Oyster Bay, if you're watching.
All
And,
right.
and his basset hound Basil. He's like the
Basil.
Basil's a legend. He's
Your
a,
Robbie is.
so the video that's going wild right now is the one about we call like the difference between a local and a Vali.
Oh, yeah.
And we show like if you're a local and it's like weather like this,
Yeah.
what do? You watch the beach from afar,
Yes.
maybe with a cuppa.
Yes.
Well, I played the Vali.
They go for the swim.
That's it, bro. You can check this body in that temperature. Yo, bro. It was quite challenging to film.
Oh, crikey.
But
But
we were-
you actually went in. Oh, my word.
We were actually sitting. So when you see the beautiful place we're staying there, the like it looks wooden and everything. That's Nick's place. And
Okay.
unfortunately, we didn't get Basil the Bassett, the legend
Okay.
of Oyster Bay, in there. But we will get a video of him. But having said that, so and he was telling us about how they go into these. So Nick does these safaris and things, and they go into like the proper like ride around Africa and the plains that you just can't get to with Land Rovers and convoy and so on.
Okay, wow.
And one of the things they do,
Kalahari and those places.
standard issue. You pull out your little black light torch, your little UV torch, which you obviously have because you're
Oh, to check
experienced.
for.
And you just go, and you look where they are, and you scoop it up and in there.
Oh,
Then you put your tent down. Apparently, it's standard issue. So, in other words, we haven't even started the big adventure, and I
Okay.
learned this.
All right, well, there we go. That's lesson number 1. Scorpion safety 101.
Get your UV torch.
UV
It's
torch.
more useful than you think. Yeah.
Grief.
So, the big announcements.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We thought, okay, so how are we going to, these channels, in terms of doing this for a living,
Yeah.
the YouTube thing, the algorithm and everything, you can monetize your income, your videos that get played.
Yeah.
It's a slow process, kind of like compound interest. You populate all your content, and over time, as people watch them, you get a little bit here and a little bit there,
Yeah.
and then it builds up. So the whole idea is they want you to be consistent. They want you to post a lot.
Yes.
They want you, and obviously you that's watching. I mean, you want to see more of your favorite, and you don't want him to go like Gino 500 shows. Imagine you done 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would we have lost? I mean, think about the people. I mean, we're just watching the intro.
Yeah.
The people who have come through here, the things they've
Amazing.
shared. What would we have lost if you stopped?
Yeah.
So we've run our adventure according to 3 rules.
Yeah.
Never stop learning.
Yeah.
Well, first, have fun.
Yeah.
Second,
Most importantly.
most importantly, have fun.
Yes. Yes.
Don't stop learning.
Yeah.
And don't stop.
Yeah. You got the right combination here.
A lot of people, I always say the world will stop you, life will stop you, the economy will stop you,
Everything.
someone will stop you, but don't you stop you.
Yeah, because it's relentless.
Don't
It's
you stop
relentless. It does. I mean, I know even with the show, it gets relentless.
Yes.
Because it's fantastic. Every time I do it, I enjoy it. But to actually get that next guest on the next thing on the next, and for you, it's going to be the next trip, the next thing. That's going to be hard.
However, one of the elements here is when you build up to a certain level of following, as you've seen as well, a certain level of following, it starts to monetize, it starts to pay for itself, it starts to equalize. The algorithms on the various sites will suggest you to people.
It's got a tipping point.
Right. So what we decided was, instead of taking 5 years for people to get to know us, we are going to go on an epic adventure. So we are launching, you heard it first on Ginos Spot, 100 days of adventure, 100 days right across the Eastern Cape and Garden Route. We start where, move from the known to unknown. We are launching on the 25th of June, i.e. this month. Okay. It's tomorrow, 2 weeks. The launch party is, can I advertise that? Tapas. Launch party 7:30 on the 25th. We want to see all of you there. Yeah, with dog. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to launch there, and everybody is welcome. And we've also got something else that we're going to show, but we can't. But this is the launch. The launch is happening the 25th, and that starts day one of 100. As far as we know, there is no South African YouTuber that has done 100 days of adventure consecutively, posting every single day of the adventure.
That is insane.
There's a nice Afrikaans expression that really encapsulates it. Have you ever heard this one? Jy pluk 'n lot vir jou eie gat.
You are absolutely right. Because that takes relentless to a whole new level.
So we're going to be relentless.
Well, I hope to see some geological.
25th, that is correct.
25th, she's going to put it up on the screen as well.
Thank you. 25th. We'll be advertising. Great adventure, guys. Go and follow us everywhere. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We are on YouTube. You
can follow. In fact,
it's called Fix It. Fix It. Okay. FYXIT. Okay. Facebook, YouTube, X, Insta, and TikTok. You can follow us anyway. Great adventure, guys. All the invites will be there, but you are most welcome. We want to see you there.
The great adventure, guys. And I say I want to see some geologies. And you know what? What I'd really like to find out is this geology here in Target Cliff.
Yes.
There's apparently a fault line that goes through there, and you can see it on the side. So I'd like to hear Frank's take on that.
Yeah. As soon as I learn, I will
some
let you know.
geology.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what we're going to find out. So you've given him out there. There's your Gino challenge. And people can go on our channels as well.
Check it out.
Tell us what you like.
Queenie says she can't like
Queenie.
Oh man, I'd love to have Queenie on the show sometime as well.
Yes, that would be epic.
We're gonna make a plan sometime.
That would be so epic.
And Roshley, there's Roshley.
Hey! She's been a great inspiration actually. So it's so funny because her dad, James, I call him Saint James.
Oh right.
Been a real inspiration. Since we were on the show together, Roshley and I were on the drive together.
Yes,
for 3 years.
Of course, I remember.
And,
yes, of course.
James says, "You're like a son in this house." I said, "James, my daughter is the same age as yours, but thank you." But he's a gem. He's a real gem, and a mom Shana. And Rosh, absolute. She's been a real inspiration in terms. Also, by the way, one of the comedians in America said you need to have grandchildren because the phone buttons are getting so small. You need their little fingers. So in the same way, we need millennials and Gen Zs. We've had a lot of them who've been very generous. I'm sure you've learned a lot from your own son.
Plenty.
No,
he tells me
internet knowledge is hereditary.
Yeah, this is great.
Comes from
fantastic. I love it. I mean, I thought Yahoo was when you found 5 Rand on the floor. Francois Scholz. I'm so happy that Roland is doing so much traveling in real life. It's most of it done by the traveling channel on DSTV.
Remember that DSTV 100 channels? Remember that?
I know. Looking forward to watching 100 videos, 100 days. It's going to be fantastic.
Yep.
And you've got to subscribe to YouTube. You push that bell.
Look, that's one thing I just want to say. Please go to the YouTube channel and click subscribe. It's not one of those things where they're going to be messaging you the whole time. If you want to be messaged about everything we do, there's a bell. There is a little bell, like with your channel. Like right now, if you're on Ginos Spot, you want to know everything that's happening, you click the bell. It's going to let you know. But if you don't click the bell, you click subscribe. Then what that does as well is it tells YouTube, it tells, even if you click follow on TikTok or on Facebook, it tells the channel, hey, these people want to see this,
Yeah.
and then the channel helps us by letting you see more of it and
algorithm.
introducing it to other people. And people
Okay.
don't realize how much they can help you just by, especially on YouTube, clicking that
Yeah.
subscribe button,
Okay.
and on all these different channels, like
Yeah.
with yours, watching. So
Yes.
so
Ginos Spot, you
yeah,
can also
Ginos
subscribe
Spot.
there while you're
go
about
and click
it.
the button. And if you want to know every time he's going to do something, click the other little bell,
Yeah,
and
the
then
bell
you'll be
as
the
well.
first, because you're the first to know.
It's just every time
You know-
it's live. It
You
comes
know
up
those
there.
friends who always say to them, I know who Gino's talking to, and they are, how did you know? They
Exactly.
click the bell.
Click the bell, I know.
But click the subscribe button, please. This channel for sure, because the work you're doing, incredible. I feel
Yeah.
like you have really given us the people and the stories
I hope
of,
so. You know,
especially PE Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
You really have that.
it's before, even for me, it's been an amazing journey because you just learn something from everybody, and the work that's had to go into some of these companies and projects and things that these
Yeah.
guys are doing. You know, and the Eastern Cape is full of amazing people.
That's
There
the
are
truth.
good people.
That's
here.
the truth. That is the
Yeah.
truth.
You
And
know?
let's just rewind one step. Thank you for the work you've done. This whole place building it. Oh, incredible.
No problem.
Incredible.
Francois said there, Roland's cousin Frank has such a beautiful singing voice.
You'll be surprised. So one thing you don't know about right now, and this is, and we've kept it secret for now. Sometimes to my eye, sometimes to my inspiration. He travels with his lady friend. Her name is Layla. She's a guitar. She's a guitar. Yeah, exactly. Got him on his knees. Got me on my knees, unloading her the whole time. Well, because I've got to let him carry the expensive equipment and stuff. Not that Layla's not expensive, but he's like, I'll trust you with that. Just be careful.
Campfire stuff.
You see.
And you check, and you
Getting
have
there.
your bras, and you have the things.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 days means 100 places, 100 things you got to do.
Yeah.
Have you
So-
gone
so-
over this stuff?
So let's just specify 100 days of adventure.
Yes.
Because there's some places that it takes you a day to get
Yes,
into.
to get there. Okay.
So there can be an adventure on the way in
yes,
and
yes,
there and
there.
on the way out, etc. You know, so
Oh,
the,
but it's all gonna be
100 days,
documented.
and it's going to be relentless. There will be videos, and we're committing to 100 videos. So there will be, some of them will be those beautiful cinematic ones.
Oh, yeah.
Others are going to be these reels that is high impact. Others are going to be reflections. Others are going to be scenery. But there will be 100. And I'm telling you now, you probably, if you knew I was going to say this, you wouldn't. But it's going to be more than 100. I can easily say that because he's got to edit.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
And film.
So now, Frank, so Frank, you got to do a bit of a lot of editing, and how many cameras do you use? Are you doing the cameras? And
Yeah, at the moment we only have one primary, but we're working
Okay.
on getting another one.
Yeah.
Okay, because
So
remember,
those are our
with the
cinematic
primary, it's
cameras,
easy
yeah.
because then you've got at least one that you just got one lot of footage to get.
Yeah.
to. Because to get through 2 cameras, 3 cameras, all of a sudden it doubles your work, triples your work.
So yeah, so but they are so we've got also so what he's done
Yeah.
is because he's such too humble, he'll just be like one.
Yeah.
So he has found software, you talk about the AI and everything, that can optimize our phones. That at any moment, anywhere we are, we can also capture things that can also be added to the edits, etc., etc.
Okay, great.
So we have one main camera that we use,
Yes,
and,
then
we're looking at
phone
the
cameras.
next one,
Yeah.
and then we've got those, and then he's also, I mean, there's other cameras that crawl out of
Gimbals.
places, yeah.
Okay, so
Also, this one, bro, we're filming. When we got 1,000, it was 1,000 views. 1,000 likes on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
Which, by the way,
yeah.
is only just short of 4 weeks old. By the way,
yeah.
we've had
I've
yeah.
seen amazing, like 50,000
Yeah.
likes or something
well,
ridiculous.
50,000 views on everything on that. We're at about 75,000 in total. We had 10,500 in the last 2 days on the Bali video. Thank you.
Incredible.
You. Absolutely. We appreciate everyone. But we wanted to celebrate the first 1,000. It was like such a thing for us. In fact, the first 500, we were like, oh, thank you, 500. This is so epic. And then it was like at the Orange River. I'm at the Orange River. That's 2,000 views. Yeah. Now we're like at 75,000. We haven't even launched the adventure yet.
That's
So
fantastic.
thank you. Please keep adding. However,
Yes.
we get 1,000 with helium,
Balloons.
and we go into the forest in the crags opposite the elephant sanctuary. You can see
Yes.
them in the distance, and there's
Yes.
this oak bopa. You remember that bopa?
Yeah.
And there's a light on this tree.
It blows
and there's,
around.
you know, something from this tree, and there's clamps and everything. And I'm going, how is this even happening? And then the thousands just floating in the middle of nowhere. How did that happen?
You
Mhm.
know?
How did the balloons with helium just stay there magically? I
Yeah.
challenge anyone who's watching, anyone.
Yeah.
Get 3 balloons, get them from the party shop with numbers, inflate them with helium, and make them float in midair and stay there
Yo.
outdoors.
No,
That
that's
is
all
the
over.
measure of this man.
Okay, so you can do that stuff.
And then afterwards,
We got to shoot it with the pellet gun.
Right.
that's the footage you don't see, the violence. Once
fun,
you
no?
finish with the 1,000.
Excellent plan.
Yeah, and then we also loaded a video as well. The one where we use the kitchen. It's called the one where we're in camos.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Where we face.
there's a camo shot
worst-
here. Let's have a
yeah,
look
yeah,
at the
that's the
camo.
one. The camo shot. Yeah.
There we go.
So
Okay,
that was
guys,
us.
Mean, man. You
And we
guys are
filmed a
mean.
fan video because one of our favorite things. So one of the things you have to face when you go traveling is Musca domestica, the common housefly.
Oh.
They are everywhere. Musca
Is that
So
what it's
we
called?
filmed Musca domestica. So we actually got. They sent them to us. They just sent them to us. The guys from Bug Assault. You know those
Oh,
those
I've seen
guns.
that. I've seen that
It's like, it's like a
online.
shotgun. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
They
a
just
shotgun
sent them
with salt.
unsolicited. They just said, try these out. And not even like, try these out, do something, tell us about it. Nothing, just, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we went, excellent.
Yeah.
So we made a video about it. And we made like our fan video of how it makes you feel to like shoot flies. And it's just salt. But that shotgun action. And I got to say, no one's asked me the question here, but I thought in an interview somewhere, someone's going to say, you guys spend a lot of time together. Is there
Yeah.
anything that irritates you about
Yes,
Frank?
yes. What drives you to drink?
Now, I'll tell you what it is. He
Yeah.
hogs the ammo.
All right. That's salt.
Every time we're going to shoot stuff, he hogs the ammo.
But you know what? We say that, but actually, it can get hectic, and I mean, you cousins. So this, I suppose, it makes it easier if you've grown up together,
Sure.
because you know each other from that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there, and probably a lot of love over the years. You know?
Yeah.
So it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's it. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that?
Oh, that. Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. That was. Can you believe it? This was. Now, if you see the trees in the background,
the trees.
that's in the Titicaca.
Yeah.
And this is. We just launched our channel on the 6th of May, which is 5 weeks ago today. It's the Tuesday, 5 weeks ago, and we had just finished. And we launched it. We say from a tent in Africa, but it was actually those beautiful glamping tents at Misty Mountain. Thank you, Greg and the team. Woo, I tell you, but it was freezing. It was cold. So that was us after all the hours, and at the same time, we're launching our channel. This is the most significant moment in the whole process because we're launching our channel. We're loading all the stuff and everything.
Yes.
We're getting our teaser videos, that are edited from all these different pre-production shoots that we've done, and the computers start giving in there.
Oh no.
You won't know about equipment issues, but
Oh,
they happen
no.
to the rest of us, know?
Never worry about equipment. Oh,
So this guy sits for like 10 hours straight,
oh my word.
taking apart, fixing, putting back together. Now, things I would
Our drives are going down and footage is lost.
Well, eventually it was, but luckily not after we'd already rendered it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
we rendered it
okay.
first. Yeah.
Okay, rendered it all.
But
first.
the number of hours that he spent. But we launched, it was up,
It's
our
done.
video's done.
Done.
He brought that computer back from the dead, clear. His version of that, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
Yeah. And it was great, and we were on our way to Craddock, and that video was just after all of that,
Okay.
and we were like, okay, we're on our way, and it's warming up here in the Titicaca. That's amazing because we're heading into the Karoo now. and we're gonna get a little cold. Then we got a 180-year-old house. It was wonderful. Those the Taste Hazer there. Thank you,
Yes,
Lisa and the team.
That lady. Did she pass away recently?
Yeah, she did, but her daughter Lisa has she is
Okay,
like
so Lisa is the
carrying
one.
the flame, and she
Fantastic.
is just she's a bundle of energy, bundle of. I mean, you think I've got a lot of ideas and things, and so we spent some time there, and with her, she was organizing. I mean, there was like I don't know, like 100 different cars from the car club coming through there, and the Shrine of Writers Festival. It's on now one of these days, and all these things that she was busy organizing. In between seeing us and everything else, it was incredible.
Classic.
And then we stayed in the hotel there as well. The
Victoria Hotel.
Do
Yeah,
you know that Mark Twain stayed there?
Oh no way.
Mark Twain, Rudyard Kipling
Gee
It's just
whiz.
incredible.
I love the fact that she's taken over the reins, because you so need somebody who loves it and cares about it in order to keep it going. There's so many places, so many things, projects can just disappear into the ether, if somebody doesn't care,
Yeah, and there are. This is one of the privileges of this whole project, is that we get to meet people
Yes.
along the way who care about the most interesting array of things, like with his geological interests, the people who are preserving rock formations and fossils and things like this, the people who are writing the books about the crack in the Barkens Valley and the stuff that we need to preserve. And people will please send them. Yes, send the ideas. If you know somebody, the people that have told us, oh, you know where you should go.
Yes, if you guys are watching as well, I mean, obviously, if you've got ideas, they've got 100 days, man. Give them some ideas. You've got some time.
And
tell them where to go. I think
absolutely.
is it Tammy from Sunshine Simplicities?
Yes,
also
yes.
Touring around.
Yes.
And she is marvelous. I just love the way I think she had a job where she just was with Continental Tire. I think that she used to ride around everywhere, and I think she just on that journey started to visit places along the way.
Well, I mean,
it's
it's people like her. It's people like Tammy that we also we watch. So we watch people like her, Firefly Jonker, the travel guy. People like this, we watch their work and we go, oh my goodness, look what they've done, look what they're showing us, and we see what they're doing, and then we go, what can we? It's like
a never-ending list. So you can always find a space where they've never been, or you can do something new. Go and visit them again, visit another place that they've been.
Yeah,
whatever.
There's an inspiration,
it's
and we want so many people, because the more people who are doing this, the more people who are exposing these things, the more people are going to go there, the more these people these places have a reason to exist and continue. So thank you to everyone who's
doing tourism as well.
So,
Conrad saying there, let's go, Roland Gaspar.
Yeah, Conrad. Now, he's very much an inspiring figure for us. Absolutely. He's one of my friends from my Kloppers days, which are not over, by the way. So I'm still associated with Algoa FM in terms of the hit reveals and things. I can't be there on a daily basis, but I'll still be doing so. I'll be hanging out. But now he's also one of those guys that will tell you straight. If you say to him, we're thinking this and that, he'll go, what about this? And you go, you thought of that. You thought of that in 1 second. It takes us 3 weeks to come to conclusions like that.
At Kloppers.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy.
I was with Mike the other day down. Michelle down in Cape Town.
Right.
With Kloppers there.
I spoke to Michael the other day. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see. There might be some challenges.
I do love that shop because they've always got quality stuff in there. That's always like you go in there and you just want to buy everything.
Can't help spending money.
Yeah.
We love it too much.
That's great. I'm sure you do. I'm sure.
But there's so many places.
We
saw her the other day as well.
Long may the adventures continue, Nikki.
So she was at the Whale Festival. The Ollie guys were there with the big rhino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Ollie guys, of course. And Jacques Arendt there saying, dankie Here, wat sê dankie Here aan Frank die rustige Here. Nou moeg van kyk na die video.
So, and you must know, if Jacques is praying for you, you will be okay.
You'll be okay. I think you're going to be all right.
Thanks.
In fact, I don't think he's the only one. A lot of people have.
I think you need to have a section where Frank talks about some geology. We can have a bit of that stuff, because I'll follow it just for that.
There you go.
Frank, I'll be in there for it because I love that sort of thing. You ride past something, anything, and I mean architecture as well is another thing I love too. I love to check it out and then look it up and history of wherever you're going to go. So I mean, there's some hectic history in this in the Eastern Cape as well.
There's so much. There is stuff everywhere, and the great thing is the intersection of our interest, because also astronomy. I mean, I think we were at Oyster Bay when you showed me the first time. So we looking at the sort of great array of stars and where it's less lit than the cities are. You obviously see more, and so then Tsitsikamma was amazing and the Karoo. But anyway, we're there, and I'm like, and he said, "Do you see that one to the left over there?" And I'm like, "Where?" And suddenly this massive green light goes right to the sky, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "No, it's my astronomy laser. I just use it to point out." And it literally looks, I mean, it is so powerful.
Wow.
It looks like it's reaching the star. And then I'll go to see that one. And then you go to the third one over there. So it's not like discussing it going, Well, if you can recognize, the major constellation, he goes
Constellations.
with that one, and it literally reaches there. You're like, I mean, not literally, but
So
it
the guy on the
feels
planets, like the aliens,
Yeah.
it's shining in my eyes here. No,
like-
that's
so when
amazing.
Skynet goes live,
Hey, yo.
I'll be the first to be hit, and when the aliens invade, Frank will be first because my eye, boo, with the green laser. Is that you?
It's you with a laser.
So if ever you are somewhere, I don't know where you are. Are you in Plettenberg Bay? Are you in Kenton? Are you in Beaufort West or wherever you are?
Hartenbos.
Yeah, Oudtshoorn.
Yeah, I'll say.
And you see a green laser doing this, you know,
Listen.
Frank is teaching me something about the stars,
Oh no, magic, guys. Well, I mean, best of luck with the Tues. Is there anything that you want to tell them before you? Other than we've got the 100 days launch there at Tapas.
Tapas, 25th, you're all invited. You can come on at 7:30, just pull in there,
Okay.
say how's it, and then just we will have our installation display, which will be
Excellent.
very, very exciting. We can't
Okay.
talk about it now yet,
Okay,
but it will be
excellent.
very exciting. And please, in the meantime, Great Adventure Guys on TikTok, you're watching right now,
Mhm.
the YouTubers, the Facebookers, Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Great Adventure Guys. Search us, follow, and especially the YouTube. Click that subscribe. It won't be a bother to you. If you want it to let you know what's going on, hit
The bell as well.
bell like you do for Ginos,
Yes.
so you know what's coming. You see. So please just go along and follow that. Send us those ideas, like Philip was saying.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
If there's something somewhere where you are that is interesting and
Yes.
needs to be talked about, and also we can bring like a spotlight to places
Yes.
where people should be going.
Totally.
You know,
we can
like-
do that.
And the idea is we really just want the continued success of not only the people who are working there and making those places
Yeah.
possible for us, but also for you to be able to get there. Because if
Yeah.
we all sit here and go, 10 years from now, I'd really love to go to New Bethesda. And in the meantime, no one's been there,
Yeah.
or to Craddock, or to
Zuber.
Baphomet, or
He gave me-
bro!
Henry gave me this beautiful.
If nobody,
gin. He gave me this beautiful gin.
Very good.
Frank.
that's how we started the show.
Henry along.
Henry, thank you. But now
Yeah,
imagine
that kind of
no
thing.
one is getting to Henry.
Yeah.
No one is going. And they built it.
beautiful
Hogs
place.
back. I mean,
He's just
imagine.
redone that place. Zuberg is just looking beautiful.
Well, Henry, give us a call. We'd like to
No,
be
I'll-
there. And
I'll give you
I'm
Henry's
just
number.
saying it doesn't have to involve gin. If you'll give Frank an open door and a green laser, I will share the gin. But don't worry, we really want
Marvelous.
these places to be celebrated, and we want you to have yours. Tell your new stories. Be
Yeah.
inspired. Join us on the ride. And if you are, you get your busy patch. Like some people work in December, and
Yeah.
that's their busy patch.
Sure.
Other people go on holiday. Right now, the people who are perhaps in your busy patch, you can't go on right now.
Yeah.
Just spend a few minutes. Come with us. Have some fun.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And laughs guaranteed. I promise.
Good. Roland, it's been fantastic. And
Thank
Frank,
you.
absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And I can't wait for your geology lessons. I'll be the first one listening as well. And Roland, best of luck in the bikini.
Well, I mean, allegedly, potentially, or a better surprise.
Remember to floss afterwards.
You think you're joking? You think you know what's going to happen? The surprise headed your way is magnitude 5.7. Just saying, on the right there scale.
And thank you for joining us on Ginos Spot tonight. Fantastic to have these guests on. I love it. We'll be watching your journey, Roland, and we'll have a catch up when you get back, or even in between. We'll maybe catch you at 50 days and see what's happening.
Absolutely, and also I think what we need to do is just up our internet capabilities,
Yeah.
so that from the Zooberg on the left-hand crag side
Yes, you
there,
can do
whatever,
it.
we can
You can
tune
drop in.
into Ginos.
Absolutely, you can drop in.
Ah, watch you.
We'll get you in live. What are you talking about?
Oh well,
We'll pull you in live online.
Well, we'll know who the other guests are because we'll have been watching from the middle of.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds, our sponsors, and to Amobia for our internet. Nikki and the guys at Amobia, they do our internet.
Brilliant,
And of course,
brilliant.
to Grace for our lovely food as
Thank
well.
you,
tonight.
Grace.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Grace.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you, and thank you.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Want a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Ginos Spot.
Ginos Spot.
Get to Ginos Spot.